Australia bans baby deletion debates in the state of Queensland.
Queenslanders today should be mourning the death of democracy here in the Queensland Parliament.
The Premier is a weak and frightened man who does not want to hear the voice of anyone that contradicts him.
Nothing to do with abortion can be put into the Parliament for 4 years. What's next? Expect the government now, can they just, anything they don't want to see debated, this entire Parliament can put a similar motion in and say, we don't want to see that debated for the rest of this Parliament.
Is this more censorship and an effort to control the narrative? We're going to dive into all this today. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. Let's dive into it.
Still in Queensland, and Premier David Crisafulli has sensationally banned debate over abortion in the state's parliament, preventing the Katter Party from trying to amend legislation.
Before the election, then opposition leader David Crisafulli promised there'd be no change to abortion laws in Queensland under the LNP. He refused to say whether he would follow convention and allow LNP MPs a conscience vote on the matter. More than 130 times during the campaign, he fended off questions by saying changes to abortion were, quote, not part of the LNP's plan. Today, as Premier, Mr Crisafulli effectively silenced the issue with a motion to ban any move by MPs to amend termination of pregnancy legislation, or to have the House, quote, express its views on the issue. Backbench MPs, some of whom have been vocal pro-life advocates, are effectively gagged from discussing abortion in Parliament.
This motion today ends the disgraceful campaign. Queenslanders said no to a US-style scare campaign. Queenslanders said no to politicising a sensitive issue, and Queenslanders said no to the re-election of a very bad Labor government.
The Premier is a weak and frightened man who does not want to hear the voice of anyone that contradicts him. And that's why he's seeking to gag not just members of the LNP, not just members of the ALP, he's seeking to gag every single member of the House.
Nothing to do with abortion can be put into the Parliament for 4 years, which could be cut and paste with anything that the KAP represents: firearms, tree clearing laws, reef regulations. What's next? We can just expect the government now, can they just, anything they don't want to see debated, this entire Parliament can put a similar motion in and say, we don't want to see that debated for the rest of this Parliament.
He makes a good point. Does this enable people to just ban conversations surrounding dividing issues, to just silence one side? It's worrying stuff.
They've got members of their caucus who are strongly pro-life, some that have said that abortion is wrong even in the case of rape. And this motion is designed to stop those members.
That is because we don't sin when a sin has been committed against us. Out of your anger, do not sin. Don't pay evil with evil.
The abortion issue came to a head during the election campaign at the Sky News People's Forum, when he finally revealed his personal view on the abortion matter.
Do you believe in a woman's right to choose? Yes or no?
Well, it probably won't work for his TikTok, but yes. Oh, that got you, didn't it?
The LNP's controversial Making Queensland Safer laws, including adult crime, adult time for young criminals, is expected to pass Parliament on Wednesday. The opposition said it would approve the bill, but would be seeking amendments.
Labor so blindsided the opposition leader was on his way out when the Premier made a surprise announcement on abortion laws.
No bill or amendment seeking to amend the Termination of Pregnancy Act 2018 is allowed to be introduced. And I don't think any member has seen a copy of the motion.
David Crisafulli racing to end the debate on an issue which plagued him during the election campaign.
This motion today ends the disgraceful campaign. Labor didn't care about a woman's right to choose. It was about Labor's desperate right to rule.
For weeks, he dodged detailed questions about LNP members and candidates with anti-abortion views. For the next 4 years, Parliament will be blocked from changing or debating landmark legislation which decriminalised the termination of pregnancies in 2018. The opposition unleashing.
So weak, he comes in here to move a motion constraining his own party room because he cannot control them and cannot trust them. This motion is a gag on that whole side of this House.
Future reforms under the spotlight.
If women need more protection from attending abortion clinics, those reforms would not be possible.
The Katter's Australian Party also caught off guard, calling it an unprecedented move.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
I think Queenslanders today should be mourning the death of democracy here in the Queensland Parliament.
Igniting a new debate.
Now this all feels like more censorship. I already made a video about the misinformation bill and the social media ban for under 16s. I'll have that pinned up here. But the underlying issue to all of these videos is the government is trying to censor the Australian people. How does this not oppose freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of religion? This is censorship ramped up to a whole new level. They are now saying you can't even debate for the next 4 years about this issue. Why would you do away with debating? Look at this right here. Healthy debate is a structured and constructive process that allows individuals to explore and defend their opinions while respecting the viewpoints of others. It offers numerous benefits. Critical thinking debates encourage participants to analyze their own ideas and those of others critically. This is taking censorship to a whole new level. We need to be able to think critically and understand other people's positions to make our own judgments. This helps you not take everything at face value and believe everything that the other person is saying. But even if you disagree with me on that, that should be okay, and you can have your opinion. But what this does is say, you have no voice here. You can't bring it to the arena of debate, which should worry you. So be praying for Australia as they go through this. Obviously, we need to be praying for the most vulnerable, the ones without a voice. Like it says, Proverbs 31 verse 8, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. As Christians, we believe we must speak up for the most vulnerable and the ones without a voice. The government's role is to suppress evil, not all this nonsense. Hey, that's all I've got today. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you want to check out the video on the misinformation bill or maybe the social media ban, you can check them out here. But hey, that's all I've got today. Catch you on the next one.